Welcome to WHHI News. I'm Allie McNair, and here's a look at your headlines. The man who supervised the mold testing at Pritchardville Elementary School says he'd have no reservations about his granddaughter spending time in the portable buildings at the school. Andy Rowland runs the company that tested the mold levels after parent complaints of their kids getting sick with symptoms of mold exposure. At least one parent is still convinced and wants her own mold tester to have access to those buildings. The school district has said no because it only allows its vetted contractors to work in their schools. Well, since last year, women who want to be Marines have trained alongside the men at Parris Island, and now the one battalion that used to be all women has been deactivated after 74 years. Almost 1 out of 10 Marine recruits are now women. Commandant General David Berger says the decommissioning of the battalion should be a celebration of progress. Currently, all women recruits train at Parris Island, but by the middle of next year, San Diego will start training half of the women recruits. Well, it's National Hurricane Preparedness Week, and while you're looking through your paperwork to see if your insurance is up to date, making sure you have your to-go kit ready and an exit plan prepared, are you ready for the names of this year's storms? The list is 21 names long, but we'll only give you the first few. Arlene, then Brett, Cindy, Don, followed by Emily, Franklin, and Gert. Well, for the first time since the late 1940s, middle school and high school students on St. Helena Island will be able to go to class on the island by the fall of 2024 with the announcement of the Sea Islands Heritage Academy as a public charter school. The school will feature a focus on Gullah Geechee culture and will be located near the Penn Center in the Corners community. The school hopes to open with 150 6th and 7th graders in the fall of 2024, expanding to over 550 students through grade 12 within 10 years. The classrooms, administration building, dining hall, and library will end up costing about $12 million, the first $3 million of it coming from the state public charter school district and $1.3 million from private donations. The no-tuition school hopes to attract students from St. Helena Island and Seabrook who are underperforming in Beaufort County schools. Well, Beaufort County is continuing to appeal rulings by area judges that it needs to move its Defusky Island ferry site away from Buckingham Landing. The courts have determined that the ferry site violates county zoning laws, but the county keeps appealing to higher courts. The county has been using Buckingham Landing since Hurricane Matthew destroyed the Palmetto Bay Marina embarkation point back in 2017. Buckingham Landing residents don't want the ferry, and 2 new potential landing areas on Helmsman Way on Hilton Head and Melrose Landing on Defusky Island are being fought by neighborhood homeowners. A boater safety course may soon be a requirement for young people navigating South Carolina waterways. This week, the South Carolina House passed a Senate proposal that would require anyone the age of 16 and under to receive boater education training before operating any type of watercraft. According to the South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, there are 360,000 recreational motorboats and personal watercraft registered with the state. That agency would oversee boater education. Now, for information on these stories and more, please be sure to visit the news sources on your screen and be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you have a story idea, email us at news@WHHITV.com. With a look at sports now, here's Justin Jarrett.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports. The intensity ratchets up in the postseason, and that was certainly the case last night at the Tank, where the May River boys soccer team went toe-to-toe in a battle with West Florence. The Sharks were up 2-0 before the Knights pulled one back with less than 10 minutes to play in regulation, then found the equalizer a moment after an inadvertent whistle from the official. Each team narrowly missed out on scoring chances in extra time, resulting in the dreaded penalty shootout. But in the 6th round of penalties, Nicholas Mieres calmly slided his shot in the back of the net, and then Sil Browerson came up with his 3rd stop of the shootout to earn the Sharks a trip to AC Flora on Friday. Beaufort's boys also moved on to the 3rd round with a 5-2 win over Georgetown and will host Dreer in a matchup of top seeds Friday. Bridges Prep advanced with a 2-0 win in Class 1A. Hilton Head Prep's girls claimed a 4-0 win over rival Hilton Head Christian Academy, but the Eagles returned the favor with a 2-0 win in the boys matchup. 3 Lowco baseball teams survived to fight another day, as Hilton Head High and May River both earned 7-3 victories, and Bluffton blanked Colleton County 7-0 behind a 3-hitter from Thomas Gilmore. On the softball diamond, Beaufort's Kylie Rass threw a 2-hitter and went 2 for 3 with a triple and 3 RBIs in a 6-1 win over Brooklyn Casey. On the track, Wade Hampton swept the Region 6 2A titles, and Beaufort's boys and girls finished runner-up to Philip Simmons in Region 8 3A. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Thanks, Justin. As always, Maria has a look at weather. Maria?
Thanks, Allie. Yep, so taking a look ahead, we are going to see some storms this weekend, but more importantly, we are going to start to see the temperatures rise into the mid and upper 80s once we get into next week. Taking a look at Friday, however, it's going to be partly cloudy, with Hilton having a high of 75, a low of 62. Bluffton's going to have a high of 77, a low of 58, and Beaufort's going to have a high of 76 and a low of 58. The sunrise for Friday is going to be at 6:34 and sunset's going to be at 8:06. Taking a look at the beach tides, high tide's going to be at 9:34 a.m. and low tide's going to be at 4:50 p.m. Taking a look into the weekend, a little bit into next week. Saturday's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with a passing shower during the day. Highs are going to be in the upper 70s and lows in the upper 60s. Come Sunday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with widely separated thunderstorms during the day, but it should be clear by the evening. Highs are going to be in the 80s, lows in the 60s. And then come Monday, it's going to be sunny with highs in the mid 80s and lows still in the 60s. That's it for today. Let's hit it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. When we come back, we'll learn about Charity Tracker from the United Way of the Lowcountry. Stay right there.